were saying before, you're still working towards putting on more weight. Just like I'm trying to lose more weight, you're working towards putting on more weight, and a healthy weight at that. You want to put on lean mass.
I want to put on lean mass, and I want to put a little bit of fat.
Yes.
On my lean mass.
Yeah.
Because my body fat index is really low. And for a woman of my age, I should be around 20 to 25% of fat to be perfectly healthy. And I'm not at this point yet. So I want to gain muscles and at the same time to gain fat. My sick brain is still a little bit struggling, I think, with the idea of gaining more fat. It's not totally healed yet, because being healthy, you're thinking about, being really lean. But no, I have to gain both. And yes. I think that can explain as well some plateaus I've been stuck on.
And the wonderful thing about this is you still have healing to go, but you're so active in this carnivore community. You're coaching other people and you're really helping people through your experience. There's lots of people who come to carnivore who come from the opposite end of the spectrum. And so many people still have this problem and they don't realize there's a different way of eating out there that manages all this. So when you first came across carnivore, tell us about that.
I wanted to heal my depression and my anxiety. And as usual, I was doing lots of research. And I found the keto diet. And it was all about counting macros. And I say, come on, Claire, this is not for you. Counting has been your whole life. So you have to stop counting. So the keto diet is not for you. And then researching more and more, I found out about carnivore. I read a lot about it. And I gave a try for a couple of months, but the wrong way, with my sick brain. So I was still really scared of fat. So I jumped into carnivore, eating only animal products, but the leanest as possible. Chicken breasts and white fish, very, very, very low in fat, just protein. Oh, and egg whites. Oh, my lovely egg whites. I throw away so many yolks.
Yeah, and that's the best part of the egg.
Yeah, you cannot imagine how many yolks I just put in my toilets. Come on.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've tried it for 3 months. I ate carnivore. I was feeling like crap, really crappy. And I went for holidays with my son. It was in southeast of France, and we have the sea over there. And I was there with my son and my niece, and they were having fun in the water. And I wanted to go to swim with them, but I couldn't because I was freezing cold. I just wanted to go there, and I couldn't. I put my feet in the water, and it was not possible. And at this point, I say, come on, Claire, do something. Just stop surviving and start living. I had on my mind all that I read about carnivore, all Amber or Earn websites speaking about the fat and everything. And I was so scared. And I took an appointment with one coach in Reframing. And this was the point I started the high fat carnivore. And from one day to another, I started eating just fatty meat and tons of fat. And when I started eating the fat, my body went crazy. I was scared like hell.
Okay.
Really, really scared.
Yes.
But I was eating the fat and I couldn't stop. I was like eating butter and like so scared about eating it, putting back in the fridge, sitting and thinking, I want more, I want more, I want more. Okay, just give me more. I have to be honest. I think I ate less than 1 stick of butter in 20 years. And then when I started eating butter, I could eat 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sticks of butter in a day.
Wow.
Without any trouble. And my body was just dancing around and my brain was just so amazed.
It was lit up and you probably had more mental clarity because your brain is made of cholesterol.
And each time I was scared about eating butter, I answered this fear by eating more butter, because I knew when I was doing it, I knew it was the right thing to do. And I started eating ground beef like crazy. It's the easiest for your body to digest. I switched from one side to the other.
Yes.
Zero fat, lots of carbs, to lots of fat, zero carb.
It's funny. You said you were having 4, 5, 6 sticks of butter in a day. Clearly, having that much fat in a day, you probably went up to 300 pounds.
No.
Well, how is that possible? Because the amount of calories in that much butter should have made you put on a ridiculous amount of weight. So there's more to the calorie theory than we're taught.
Oh, yeah. I gained straight really fast. Within 3 months, I gained quite a lot of weight, almost 20 pounds.
But it's a healthier 20 pounds, right? It wasn't fat, right? Everyone thinks fat, you get fat.
A mix between fat and muscles and bone density. But then after those 20 pounds, I was not able to increase again my weight. I could not gain more. I was stuck. Yeah, I got all the nutrients I needed, and I'm at an almost healthy weight. Not the perfect one, but healthy enough, I think.
You're just at a plateau.
Yeah, I got a plateau. And I've been plateauing for the last almost a year.
Let's talk about how carnivore has impacted your relationship with anorexia. The one thing we're all taught is you should never restrict any food group when you have a history of an eating disorder, especially like anorexia. There were certain coaches you leaned towards when you were learning about carnivore. Would you mind naming a few of them?
I was listening to Amber to Georgia Ede. Then I saw stories from Michelle Hearn, for example, who wrote The Dietitian Dilemma. She had suffered from anorexia as well. And so, yeah, she was really big, a big part of my journey. I listened to Judy Cho as well, a lot. Yes. And I have a carnivore cure. And she was suffering of eating disorder, but not the same as mine. She had binge eating disorder, and we have a lot of similarities. The coach I took from Rivero, she's not famous at all, but she helped me a lot. Even if it was only 2 meetings, but they changed my life. I went to Steak and Butter Gal, and it has been beneficial for me for a couple of months. And then it was not anymore.
I found Kelly Hogan. I resonated with her right from the beginning. When she talks about her old relationship with food and her relationship now, I see so many similarities. Her story and her history and the way she handles her problems just resonates with me. And
Kelly Hogan, she's amazing. She's great. And she's so kind. And you have a lot of influencers around, and they're not doing this for the people, but Kelly, she's doing this to help.
Absolutely, she is. And that's what I love about it. She goes out of her way to point out that she doesn't sponsor anything. She's not endorsed by anybody. She's doing this to help people. She wants to spread the word. That's her first goal above all.
I've been told anorexic one day, anorexic forever. And this is not true, because anorexic in the past, I am not anorexic anymore, and I will never be again. I'm sure about it. Yeah. Because of carnivore. If tomorrow I go back to standard American diet, I will be anorexic again. I will lose my mental clarity, and I cannot go out of carnivore. I know it.
Yeah, I'm the same. I can never risk going out of carnivore. I have an unhealthy relationship with carbohydrates from the opposite end of the spectrum that you do. And it's easy to abstain from carbohydrates. For me, it's work to moderate them.
During my journey, I learned that there is things I can moderate, and there is things I can't. Carbs, I can't. It's 0.
Right.
Sweetener, I can't. I will never drink a sweetened drink, a Diet Coke. No, never. Never, never, never. Because I will not be able to moderate. And this non-calorie dense crappy food will take the place of calorie dense food. So there is no way for me to put any sweetener on anything.
When it comes to anorexia, is there anything else that you would wish to impart with anyone who's watching this, whether they're dealing with it themselves or they're dealing with a loved one or someone they know who has it?
We are always trying to find an excuse not to eat. Through my journey, through my sickness, I found the best excuse ever. I became a vegan.
It's very common
I don't want to say that people eating vegan food are anorexic. I'm saying a lot of anorexic are becoming vegan or vegetarian, not for animal care, just to find an excuse not to eat. I would like to say to the people, when someone in your dear loves are becoming vegetarian or vegan, try to see if it's, why is the choice? Go with animal product because the body will be happy eating the animal products. Don't force anyone to eat carbs. When I was dealing with anorexia, when they were feeding me with carbs and I was tube fed, they are putting the food through your nose straight to your stomach.
Yes.
I was starving myself fasting. Then they put the crappy food inside my nose. And I was feeling crappier being fed than starving.
Wow.
Because when you're fasting and when you're starving, you have a kind of, wellness from I don't know where. But when you give to the body not the proper diet, then the body is feeling like a crap. And because I was feeling crappier eating food, my sickness was telling me, you see, you're better if you don't have any food.
Right. That's where I was starting to go with my intermittent fasting once I was hitting 4 and 5 day fasts.
And your body reacts bad with food. So you're thinking food is your enemy. But when you start eating fatty meat with fat, food becomes your best friend because you're feeling so great. You're feeling much better than starving, than fasting. So just keep going and eat more meat and eat more fat.
I'm going to expect a little bit of pushback on this video from people, a variety of people. One, vegetarians and vegans automatically don't like the idea of an all meat diet. Health professionals, self-educated health professionals who have been battling with eating disorders, who will say, this is not healthy to limit yourself to one category of food. You're just doing an extreme thing in a different area. And this is so unhealthy and you're going to cause these health problems to yourself. I say to those people, this is your experience with your personal eating disorder. What you found worked for you. And what I found worked for me from the opposite end of the spectrum. But more importantly, maybe you should stop and look into this. If it worked for one person, and it's helped their relationship with food and their mentality around food, as well as physically help them out, maybe this is worth looking more into instead of getting your guard up and being against this whole premise of a carnivore diet when it's clearly helped people. A lot of people have come to carnivore from background with eating disorders. And then there's going to be the other group of people who are listening to this and it's resonating with them, whether they're on my end of the spectrum or your end of the spectrum in their relationship with food, potentially be curious and want to learn more. So you have a coaching group. What can you tell me about your coaching group?
So it's a mighty network. It's called Carnivore. What we are doing is that we have the network to speak when we are struggling or about anything. I'm posting a lot of medical papers about high-fat diet, zero-carb diet. I'm putting a lot of research on it. And we have Zoom meeting between members 2 times or 3 times a week. Sometimes we have special guests coming. It's quite fun. Not everyone is eating the same carnivore diet as I am eating. One carnivore diet is fine for one person. Most of the people won't be able to handle 10 sticks of butter in a day. I've done my butter day and I was able to handle 11 sticks of butter in a day without having any digestive issues. This is my own carnivore diet. We are sharing about everything, and we are really respectful of everyone, which step they are in their journey. For me, it's not difficult anymore to be out of carbs. I have tons of carbs in my place, tons. I have a lot of chocolate, cookies, everything, because my son is still eating them. I love receiving friends and be able to share, or not to share, to give them cookies with their coffee if they want. Most of the people addict to carbs, they cannot handle this. So in my groups, we are sharing about anything, any topics, and it's really good to have people to rely on and to feel accountability with.
The important part of it is zero carb carnivore, not what type of specific carnivore way of eating you're doing, because there's a variety of different ways. There's different frequencies, there's different percentages of fat people can have, there's different foods that some people are okay with on a carnivore diet and others aren't. It's a little different for everyone.
And most of the people in my group are doing it for healing. So yeah, there is health issues and they're going to carnivore for this, but there are some people going here for weight loss. Yeah, even if I'm not in the position, I know a lot about weight loss, and I can help people dealing with carnivore and weight loss. And yeah, so there are a lot of topics. You can find that a lot of people are struggling with anxiety and depression, even if it's not diagnosed. How to improve the sleep, because sleep is so important. And yeah, switching to carnivore, you will improve your sleep, of course.
So how can people find you?
So you can find me on Instagram. My name is Loli Carney, and you can reach out to me, or you can reach out through my Facebook page or through the Mighty Network, heartcarnivore.com.
Great. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate our talk, and it was very informative.
Thanks for welcoming me in your channel, and I'm hoping to be back soon.
Most definitely. All right. Talk to you later.
Talk to you later.